Welcome to Day 2 of Innovate Direct to Film Printing. I'm your host, Madeline Thomas, Head of Content at the World Textile Information Network. Yesterday we had a full schedule. We covered market drivers, opportunities, challenges in the industry as well for direct to film printing. We also looked at how the industry and technology is developing from a sustainability perspective and assessed the direct to garment market in relation to direct to film as well. And today we have another brilliant lineup. So we'll delve into scaling up direct to film and the opportunities for third-party consumables, and also look at some technology developments. Before we begin, just a quick thank you to our event partners, STS Inks and Inkbank, and our event sponsors, Felix Scholler and Hangzhou Hydrotech. For more information on our sponsors or our agenda, please visit the event website, and you'll also find all the sessions from yesterday there as well. And that's via the on-demand tab on w10.com or via our event website. So do not worry if you've missed any. So with all that said, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our first speakers today, all the way from China. Event sponsors Hangzhou Hydrotech. So they'll discuss their paper-based direct-to-film solution. Hangzhou Hydrotech was established in the National Science and Technology Park of Zhejiang University in 2001. So welcome Sophia Liao, Sales Director at Hangzhou Hydrotech, and Datong Zhang, Chief Scientist and Vice President at the company. It's great to have you both with us.
Yeah, hello.
Hello. Hi both. So to our audience, just a quick note. Just like yesterday, if you have any questions, then please use the Q&A function provided. I will be keeping an eye on this and will ask any questions to our speakers at the end of their presentation in a Q&A. So please don't be shy and come forward with your questions. All that said, Sophia and Datong, over to you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay.
Brilliant, thank you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Sophia Liao, the Sales Director of Hangzhou Hydrotech. This is our Chief Scientist, Dr. Zhang Datong.
Hello, everybody.
Hope we can have a pleasant communication with you here. Okay, now I will start my presentation. First, I will introduce our company, Hangzhou Hydrotech first. Maybe you don't know very well about our company, but we have been in the field of digital printing for more than 20 years. Our company is established in 2001 in the Zhejiang University National Science Park and focus on the research and the development of the eco-friendly material. With the concept of lucid waters and lush mountains are invaluable assets, we develop for eco-friendly products. The dye sublimation paper and the wood-based decorative ink for the furniture printing, the food packing paper, and the DTF paper. In order to guarantee the high-quality base paper of our digital printing materials, so we acquired a paper mill in 2018. Now we have 4 factories for each product. One coating factory that will have 5 coating lines for the dye sublimation paper, and this factory have worked more than 15 years, and our production capacity is about 30,000 tons per year. A paper mill that has 3 paper lines that provide the base paper for the dye sublimation, DTF paper, and food packing paper. And we also have a smart factory specializes in producing the wood-based decorative ink. And at last year, we also built a new factory that for the research, development, and the production of DTF paper. This is because our boss of the boss of our company is a doctoral supervisor at the Zhejiang University. So we built our R&D team at the beginning of our company's establishment. Currently, we have more than 20 persons, each responsible for the different project. And we obtained more than 16 national patents for inventions and utility models. 17 patents have been applied to industrial production. These patented technologies covered our entire production lines. Because of the excellent R&D result has made us a national key high technology enterprises in China. As we know, now the DTF paper is very popular. It can meet the personalized needs, relatively simple to operate and achieve mass production. The birth of DTF film replaced some traditional process, such as the screen printing, the t-shirt paper transfer. But the main base material of DTF is the PET film. As the amount of the film is increasing, we are paying attention to the environmental problems. But now, many people have the thought of various ways to reduce the use of the plastic, such as adding a layer of plastic film in the middle of the paper, that it looks like a paper. Applying PE coating on one or both sides of the paper, let the used layer have the performance of PET film. Although these methods can reduce the use of plastic, but they cannot completely solve the problems of plastic pollution to the environment, and even increase the difficulties of plastic recycling. Since the DTF film entered the Chinese market in 2020, we are paying attention to this potential of this product. So we also have considered many alternatives, but originating from the insistence on the concept of environmental protection, we finally positioned the basis of our project to replace the PET film with 100% of paper-based DTF. The research and the development of our new product is full of challenges. We have designed and tried hundreds of coating formula, and we also test various paper-based materials that we can collect on the market. But after test, we found that the existing paper-based materials cannot match our coating performance and production and product requirement. So at this time, we have changed our thinking. Why don't we produce a base paper specifically for our DTF paper? So under the support of our paper mill, we realized this idea slowly after many rounds of testing and verification. So after repeated production and testing, we developed our first generation of 100% paper-based DTF named HP1308. Here you can see the design structure diagram of our product. As you can see, the first layer is the base material layer. It is a special paper base that we developed to match the upper coating layers. The second layer is the slow water absorbing layers, a special resin coating, and it can slow down the sinking speed of solvent in the ink. The third layer is the ink carrying layer. This layer is very interesting. It can fix the ink on the surface of the ink carrying layer. And in the process of transfer, it also can release the ink layer very easily. The fourth layer you can see at the picture is the ink we printed on the surface of the third layers. And because the ink do not end our coating, so the color after transfer will be more vivid more than the film. So with the product structure design above, our DTF paper have some obvious characteristics that have different from the film. First, the paper have no plastic component and can be directly recycled after transferred. Then the coating on the paper base are all water-based functional materials and do not contain any solvents. And as we know, when use the DTF film, if not completely dried, there will be water and oil returned after a long term of storage. At this item, the paper itself has the water absorption properties, so our paper can solve this problem very well. In the market, that most DTF film use the silicon release layer, and in the process of transfer, the release layer and the ink layer transferred to the fabric together. So when peeled off, this is not very stable. The structure of our paper is that when peeling off, the ink layer is transferred to the fabric, but the release layer left on the paper. So this design helps the paper have better stability in the process of transfer. Now you can see many exhibitions that we attended last year and this year. Because our production and the promotion do not just started this year, we have already done a lot of work before. After 2 years exploration from 2020, last year we came up with our first generation of the paper-based DTF HP1308. We showed our product at the ISA exhibition in Las Vegas for the first time. Every customer coming to our booth feels very surprised that this is just actually a paper, and the touch is very smooth and soft, and the transfer effect is no different from the film. The second picture is the Guangzhou exhibition, our official product unveiled in this exhibition. We use the DTF printer to show the whole application process. We are the first paper manufacturer that shows printing and the transfer testing at the exhibition site, and they have a video that we take at the exhibition. And you can see that our paper is very clean when painting the printing. Things very well. Last year, we also attended the ITMA exhibition. This is our first try in the European market. The on-site effect is very well, and we discussed the future development of this product with our customers. In my opinion, that the European countries' emphasis on environmental protection coincides with our product philosophies of lucid waters and large mountains are invaluable assets. So this encourages us to firmly make 100% paper-based DTF better and better. Sorry. Sorry. Our promotion and display are ongoing. More and more customers know that in the field of heat transfer, in addition to the DTF film, there is also a new product called DTF paper. After nearly a year of publicity and product promotion, many customers have a deep understanding of the DTF paper. Customers' question began to revolve around what aspects should be paid attention to when replacing the film with paper. So this means that the idea of replacement is being generated. This year, we attend the FaceBar exhibition. We showcased our latest generation HP1308, which have more bright color and can be hot peel. After the understanding and the watch transfer watching our transfer demonstration, customers feel unbelievable that the color saturation and the smooth peeling are even better than the DTF film. Here also have a video at the exhibition. Our transfer temperature is 150 Celsius. Very smooth. The many customers that hope to test our DTF paper after the exhibition. Now, many Chinese customers are using our DTF paper. With their help, we are constantly improving the points that we may pay attention to in the using process. Problems they encountered in practical application and suggestions for improvement made our product more and more mature. The DTF industry is in a stage of rapid development, and there are many possibilities in the future. Faster, more efficient, and more eco-friendly are the inevitable trend. The powder-free solution and the easier use are what we look forward to in this field. We believe that the paper can better match this development trend. This is all of my introduction about my company, our product, and our eco-friendly concept. Thank you. If you have any question, you can contact us. This is our information.
Thank you, Sophia, and thank you, Datong, for that insightful presentation. It's really interesting to catch up with what you guys are doing, and especially hear more about the paper that you have developed for direct-to-film printing. Just one question from our audience on that. Can you tell us about the hand feel of the print once it's been printed using the paper?
The hand feel
Yes.
after transferring,
Yes.
it feel more soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because our coating layer is left, doesn't transfer to the fabric, so it feel more soft.
Brilliant. Okay. And do you see a world in where you could create a paper for DTF printing from recycled paper in the future?
Now our DTF paper is recycled, no any plastic components.
Okay, so the paper that you've created, it can be recycled.
Yeah, it can be recycled directly after transfer.
And that recycling, is it, just normal household waste recycle? Can you just put it in your recycling bin, or is there kind of a special recycling process for that paper that manufacturers need to be aware of?
那个叫什么？
就可以直接加进去。
接照纸。
The meaning of our recyclable is that we can use the transferred paper to the paper factory. You can use the transfer paper to make some recyclable paper for other use, like the tissue paper, the protection paper, for another paper.
Okay. And is a barrier coating required on the paper to protect the ink from penetrating in the paper?
No, we don't have the barrier layer, and we coat a slow absorbed water resin on the paper, and so it still can absorb the water, but just make the water slowly to penetrate into the paper, and then can keep the surface, the ink layer still humid, and then we can stick the powder.
Okay. And another technical question from our audience. Some films enable a hot peel, but the ability to do it is also dependent on the quality of the ink. What are you doing to improve the quality of hot peel prints?
We can make a hot peel, and also can make a cold peel. On different fabric or different materials, the surface, we can make a hot peel, cold peel.
You can understand like this. For the polyester, our paper can be hot peel, but for some cotton, like the t-shirt, it's bad to the warm peel. It's according to different materials.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. And what kind of release layer are you using?
You mean the release layer? It's a secret, sorry.
No problem, understand. And also another question on recycling. Sorry, go on.
It's a very special chemical coating. Sorry.
It's just compared different materials.
Okay, brilliant. And another question on recycling. You spoke about recycling film. What are the biggest challenges that you face with recycling film? And does China have the capacity to recycle plastic film that is being consumed?
Sorry, can you?
Sure. You spoke about recycling film. What are the biggest challenges you face with this? Does China have the capacity to recycle the plastic film?
We don't know this question very well because we don't like the PET film, the plastic. So we develop our paper product
paper.
very well about the amount of plastic.
And also because there's a layer on the PET, so it's not so easy to recycle. I think.
And in your presentation, Sophia, you mentioned the reduction in energy use when using the paper compared to film. Do you have a percentage of how much energy is reduced, and what is that compared to? Is that compared to direct printing with film?
We don't have the detailed data, but in the same use situation, our drying temperature can be lower than the film. And in the if the humidity of the environment is not so high, the dryer on the printer, we can off the dryer. Yeah,
Mhm.
because our drying speed is faster than the film, so
Mhm.
it's enough to have the drying speed.
Okay. And in terms of this was brought up quite a lot yesterday as well, actually. Do you have eco credentials with the paper, or is that a future plan to get those credentials?
We have doing this certification because yeah, in China we have made some certification, but in the European market it have its own certification like the OEKO and some other certifications. So we are just applying it now.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. And China, obviously, we know is the birthplace of direct-to-film. Is there a lot of growth left in the Chinese market for direct-to-film, or do you see the future of direct-to-film moving more into Europe and US-based markets?
We think that because the Chinese market, the screen printing, the amount is very big, and we think that DTF will replace this market very faster. So we think that in the whole world that the quantity of DTF will be faster, developer.
And so you mentioned screen printing there. Roll-to-roll inkjet printing, is said to be replacing screen printing or some screen printing capacity. But obviously it hasn't fully, nowhere near. Does direct-to-film printing have a better chance at this, do you think, than screen printing, and why is that? Than roll-to-roll, sorry.
You mean the roll-to-roll screen printing?
No, so roll-to-roll was supposed to be replacing screen printing technology.
Yeah.
And it hasn't. Do you think direct-to-film printing will stand a better chance at replacing screen printing technology?
We don't think the DTF film will have this advantage, but the paper have this advantage because the paper have less change of the length and the width under the high temperature. So on the paper product, the roll-to-roll will be very, I think will be used in the industrial very faster.
Okay. And what kind of market share do you think direct-to-film has in the Chinese market at the moment, in terms of a percentage?
Maybe I think maybe it's different. If you consider maybe the production of the DTF film, maybe Chinese supplier has, I think maybe 100%. If you consider the use market of the DTF film, I think the European market is the biggest, and the United States market.
Interesting, thank you. And in terms of future development plans for the company and where you plan to take the technology next, what are you planning?
Okay.
So for the DTF paper, and we develop 3 kinds of the different technology. One is the when we transfer it, the coating layer left doesn't transfer with the ink layer, and also we develop another types, and the coating layer can transfer with the ink layer. And also for the future, there's another technique, and that is without shaking powder. Yeah, without a powder, just use the printer to print the
powder-free solution.
Powder-free solution on the on the surface. And so it must be a great tranche for the paper DTF.
Mm. Interesting. We spoke a lot about powderless processes yesterday, so it will be definitely interesting to see where the market can go with that, because that's kind of the ideal scenario, isn't it? Well, thank you both so much for your time, and thank you also to our audience for all of your questions as well. Please join us for our next session at 1 p.m. UTC for a presentation and a Q&A on how we can scale up DTF with enhanced properties from STS Inks. Thank you, and we'll see you then.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Yeah,
very much
bye.
for your
Thank you.
time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.